No, no, no!
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's Lorelai Hakela, and today I'm diving into IDRlabs personality test. One of those in-depth assessments that claim to break down your personality across multiple dimensions. Whether it's legit science or fun mirror to hold up your psyche, we're about to find out what it says about me, and maybe learn something along the way. The first test we are taking is the Rorschach.
Can you say magnetic?
Let's look it up. What? Wait, that man's fine. Hello?
Rorschach.
Rorschach. The Rorschach Inkblot test is one of the most famous psychological projective tests in the world. Psychologists use the Rorschach test to examine the personality characteristics and emotional functioning of the test taker. The test is often employed in detecting underlying thought patterns and differentiating psychotic from non-psychotic disposition in a person's thinking. The Rorschach is also used in forensic and custody cases, as well as gauging a person's general degree of adjustment into society. So we have to look at this image, and based on what we see, it's going to assess how we think, I guess. What is that? It looks... I'm not even gonna look at the things first. To me, it looks like one of those, like, bear rugs. You know when you, like, walk in someone's house and in their living room they have, like, one of those animal skin rugs and you're like, gross. I would say animal skin. Oh my god, what is that? Okay, so, like, I'm looking up, like, here. This looks like eyes, nose, and a mouth. But then, like, here is, like, the body of, like, a bear, and then this is a butterfly. Or, like, I would say two faces on the side. That makes the most sense to me, I guess. Oh, hello. We have what seems like coral reef. This kind of looks like a spine to me. Maybe this is the inner organs. I did see the bones up here, so I'm gonna say that. Okay, here. Oh my god, these are literally a cat or a raccoon. That's literally a cat or a raccoon. Okay, so a cat that's actually not on here. You can't tell me that's not a raccoon, like crawling up something. But it kind of looks like a back. Like you see, like body's T. Like this is your waist, these are your hips. Is that on here? Shoulders, lung, and a stomach. I mean, I guess. Here. What am I looking at? I can't see any of these. Nothing at all. It's a whole bunch of nothing. Okay, this right here is a thumbs up. Like someone like this. 2 thumbs up, is that an option? Parts of my body? I mean, a thumbs up. I'm gonna say parts of my body just because it literally looks like that.
Oh my god! What is that?
It does kind of look like a leaf, actually, if you look like down here. So I'm gonna say that. Oh, that's a bat. Yeah, a bat or a butterfly. That's a frog. You can't tell me this isn't a frog. Like, these are the head. These are the legs. I don't know what that is. I see a bow tie. There's a red bow tie in the middle. That's those goblins. You know in Ghostbusters where the stone goblins become alive and start chasing people? Or like the monkeys in Wizard of Oz? That's what this reminds me of. I mean, I guess a bat. I guess. I'm healthy and well balanced. Perfect. Your results indicate that you are preoccupied with bodily problems, indicating concern over real or imagined health problems. May also indicate a disposition towards anxiety and sleep problems. I know that's right. Are struggling with an excess of stressors in your life and have limited ability to cope with them. Could also indicate rigid thought patterns in the presence of obsessive compulsive traits in the personality. Great. Okay, on to the next test, the spirit animal test. This test is designed to help you discover your unique spirit animal and the qualities and characteristics that it embodies. I am reading all that. Okay. Book learning isn't my cup of tea. I'd rather be out in the real world. I would say yes in a sense. I do what comes naturally without overthinking or succumbing to shame. No, I cannot. I'd rather learn about something from a video or a podcast than a book. It depends. I have so much energy that I can sometimes be exhausting to other people. I would say it depends. I'm not sure. I often use complex words in my writing and speech. Sometimes. I look down on people who unwisely share their secrets. No. I rarely take the things others say at face value. I'm gonna say yes because I don't know. I am rarely really shy and inhibited. Wrong. Academic studies don't tell you much about the ways the world works. I would say wrong. I am prone to improving rather than preparing everything in advance. I do both. I'm realistic and good with practical matters. I would say yes. I yield or run away when others intimidate me. I would say no. I'm constantly looking for ways to get ahead. Yes. I would rather go to an informal fast food joint than a fancy restaurant. Absolutely. Others see me as kind-hearted and well-intentioned. I don't know. I have it in me to act aggressively or impulsive. No. Few would say that I hide the real me. I don't know. I love attending big events such as concerts or sports matches. I don't really like big events. Others know they can come to me for advice and guidance. I don't know. I would think most people genuinely want to help others. No, because I read this book before. That was a short excerpt that was people want to get ahead and they don't want to genuinely help others. So I would say no, because I truly believe that a lot of people don't have others' best intent in mind. I rarely regret anything I have done. Wrong. People who mess with me almost always regret it. I don't know. I dislike sitting still for long periods of time. Yes. I feel protective towards. I would say yes. Yes. When others are in trouble, I tend to feel their qualms as they were my own. Yes. I often go the extra mile to help my coworkers, friends, and family, even if they don't always deserve it. I would say yes. I am very active throughout the day and don't spend much time doing nothing. I can be openly hostile and confrontational when people contradict me. I say, I don't know. I want to say no, but I also feel like that's wrong to say no because I feel like I do it sometimes. I am willing to pretend that I like someone to get what I want, even if it isn't genuine. No. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I thrive in an atmosphere of excitement. I would say yeah. Others regard my hobbies and interests as pretty useless. I'd say no. Lying to one's partner can be okay if it's done to spare their feelings. Okay. In some cases, because I feel like there are things that you do not need to lie about, but I feel like if it's something that's like little and like so-and-so said this about their outfit, you're not going to want to go up and be like, hey, they're talking shit about you. I plunge into projects on impulse. Kind of. I'm almost always willing to compromise in order to arrive to a solution that everyone can get behind. I often think that people should make more of an effort to be kind-hearted and respectful. Absolutely. I spend a lot of time reading about things that others consider obscure or irrelevant. Yeah. What is that? Your spirit animal is an armadillo. What is that face? I'm sorry, is that what armadillos really look like? The armadillo is often associated with the qualities of protection, self-defense, and boundaries. It's a symbol of the need to protect oneself and have healthy boundaries in a relationship with others. Armadillos are generally quiet. They may be seen as private, independent, and self-sufficient animals that value their own space and solitude. Perfect. Next test. The next test is the Big 5 personality test. This free online 35-question personality test will allow you to obtain your score on the Big 5 traits, as well as your results cross-referenced with finding from social science research. Am I easily bored? I would say no. People who take their jobs too seriously should lighten up. I would say medium. I often go the extra mile to help my coworkers, even if yes. I feel like this is just the exact test I just did. When I think of my childhood, it fills me with happy memories. Yes. I strive hard to achieve excellence to a point of being a little obsessed with my work. They're 1,000%. I follow schedules and routines more closely than most people I know. Yes. I'm more concerned with what others think of me than most people I know. Yeah. I prefer competition over cooperation. Absolutely not. If I am better than someone, I don't see any reason to hide it. Absolutely not. I rarely attend concert clubs or sports events. I would say yes. When I get angry, I sometimes can't stop myself from the anger giving way to rage. I would say no, but I can't say full no because I feel like that's hypocritical. When there's a conflict, I naturally speak my mind. I'm bad at speaking my mind. Most people are decent and trustworthy. I easily pity or sympathize with others even if they don't always deserve it. Yes. I am almost never sad or depressed. I want to have as much information as possible before I embark on a new unknown venture. I am not one to throw myself into uncertainty. 100% agree. I spend more time on art and poetry than more people I know. Yeah. I'm more happy and optimistic than most people I know. Yes. I know 2 girls who are very optimistic, so I don't want to be like, yes, but also, like, compared to, like, hundreds of people, yes. Ancient Mesopotamian ruins and classical Greek faces don't do much to excite me. Disagree. I often express strong and irresistible cravings when I am tempted to overindulge. I would say in the middle. I'm better at absorbing setbacks than most people I know. In the middle. I prefer traveling in countries that have cultural similars to my own. I haven't been out of my own country, so I'm realistic and good with practical matters. I would say yes, but I'm not the best at it. Organizations like the Red Cross, Greenpeace, and Amnesty International probably care more than lining their own pockets than they care about doing. No. I would say no. Is this like a case study? Because I feel like they have better intent. Because like with Red Cross, every time you go to like a store or something, it's like, donate here, but also they're going out and helping people. So I would say no. Am I being scammed? When I leave for work in the morning, my home is often quite a mess. It's 50-50. I don't like telling other people what I do. Agree. The humanities are pretty pointless. Absolutely not. When I meet someone for the first time, I feel like I should quickly demonstrate positive feelings toward them in order to get the conversation going. Yes. Eating snake meat is gross. Yes. I tend to find contracts, rules, and regulations over confining. No. I am almost always willing to compromise in order to arrive at a solution everyone can get around. I don't really trust most people. I would say yes. I work at a slow, steady, and planful pace. I can never just blurt something out and take it from there. Yes. I often feel tense, jittery, or nervous. I would say yes to an extent. Oh, okay. So I am 60% openness. I am 82% conscientiousness.
Huh? What?
I'm 41% extroversion, 74% agreeableness, and 53 neuroticism. Okay, openness. I have an average score of openness. So I'm both very high. I'm organized, reliable, self-controlled, orderly, cautious, disciplined, strong sense of duty. I'm average with this. I'm high agreeableness, so I'm considerate, altruistic, friendly, generous, sympathetic, modest, trusting, and helpful. I'm average for this. Based on your personality score, you are statistically more likely to be a female than a male. Constant positive? What does that mean? Crazy. More likely than the general population to concentrate your political commitments or causes and issues that are likely to yield concrete personal payoffs in your life. More likely to keep informed on politics because you feel it is a type of social duty pertaining to politeness and civility than because you know it's as fun or exciting. Likely to live to a greater age than the average age expectancy in your country. Likely to have higher lifetime earnings than the average of your country. Likely to waste less time procrastinating with internet games, social media, etc., than the general population. More likely than the general population to sign political petitions when asked to do so by friends. More likely than the general population to vote in elections. Likely to be more sincere and straightforward in your approach to political dealings than the general population. More likely to care more than the general population about politicians you vote are, like as human beings. Okay, that makes sense. This makes sense. At first I was a little iffy. 100% makes sense. Okay, on to the fourth test of the day. This is a fun one. The good old wife rating scale test. In 1929, medical doctor and PhD George W. Crane made the marital rating scale to measure whether a woman would be a good wife. Today, many of Crane's ideas may seem outdated, but the test can still be used as a glimpse of what marital norms were like, or whether someone would have been seen as a good wife in 1929. I'll tell you right now, probably not a good wife. Who do you want to rate as a wife? I would like to rate myself. The wife. Never goes to bed angry. Always makes up first. 50-50. Personally puts the children to bed. I would say yes. Doesn't like children. I would say no. Wears ragged clothes and aprons soiled around the house. Well, it's our own damn house. It's fine. Is often late for appointments. No, I can't be late to appointments. Is slow to coming to bed. Yes. Is religious, sends children to start. It's 50-50. Is suspicious and jealous. I would say it's hypocritical to say I'm not jealous. Often has crooked seams in her hose. Well, I don't even wear pantyhose, so I'd probably be a whore. Puts her cold feet on the husband at night to warm them. I don't know. Dresses for breakfast. No. Lets the husband sleep late on Sundays and holidays. If I have to be awake early, you have to be awake early. Can carry an interesting conversation. I have very many interesting conversations. Flirts with other men at parties. No. Is a good hostess. Even to unexpected guests. I'm not a good hostess. Has meals ready on time. Can't cook. Is a backseat driver. I am one of those. Can play a musical instrument. Unless it's a French horn, which I haven't played since 6th grade. No. Wears red nail polish. There ain't nothing on these. Is a neat housekeeper. Tidy and clean. Ask husband's opinions regarding important decisions. I would say yes. Goes to bed with curlers in her head and a lot of face cream. Has a good sense of humor. Is jolly and gay. Fails to sit on buttons or darn socks regularly. What is that even supposed to mean? I say often because I don't know what the hell that means.
No, God!
I'm a failure as a wife. It's not even going to tell me why I'm a failure as a wife. 20%. Damn. How unfortunate. Don't marry me. You've got the report here, guys. And the last test. There's a random button test here on the IDRlabs site, which y'all should go check out. We're going to push it and see what we get. Learning profile test. The theory of learning profiles enjoys considerable population among educators, with many teachers using it in classrooms to help young people discover how to best succeed in life. Okay. When you have had a great experience, vividly remember what you have seen in relation to the experience, your inner thoughts about the experience, how you feel in relation, how you feel. I prefer a good story told to me in pictures, a good discussion where my argument can be tried, a good feeling or sensation. I would say a good feeling. When hearing a story, you focus more on the details in the story in order to better understand it, how you feel when you heard the story, the inner mental image of the story. I would say that. When you most remember something, you remember it in pictures. When somebody is to congratulate you, you prefer they congratulate you with a speech, write you a card, give you a hug. I would say card. I am more musically gifted with regard of spatula, visually gifted. I would say I'm more structured. When your teacher is explaining something, you prefer they draw on a whiteboard or show a picture, tell a story. No. Hear the matter explained out loud. Give you I would say draw. If they draw it, I can get it. I'm more likely to work by myself, work in groups, work by myself. If you don't know how to spell a word, you ask Siri or another digital assistant to spell it out or say it out loud. Write it on piece. Okay, I literally had to Google how to say Rorschach earlier. You know you have learned something well when you can remember most of the detail, get a good feeling, you have a good overview of what you need to know. When I most understand something new, I prefer to grasp it through knowledge. I prefer to feel motivated. I would say I grasp it through knowledge. You prefer when you get told a story and a way to emphasize with the characters. When you are in an art museum. When you are at an art museum, you mostly notice the color of the artwork, the sound of the background, how you felt being there, Okay, I would say the introductions of the art. Because I feel like when I'm looking at art, I'm like, what was the artist thinking when they made this? I'm good at concentrating on several tasks, organizing. What statement best describes you the best? I can easily remember long sentences. I can easily remember what I saw. I can easily remember, I would say what I saw. Because I do remember, like, I have photographic memories for the most random things. Like, if I leave my phone somewhere, I'm like, it's in the den. I see it on the floor in the den. But, like, other things, I'm like, I don't know. I prefer predictability and routine. Yeah, it's that one. I thrive best when I am with people who are well-informed, are productive, are supportive, very supportive. I prefer details. I am learning best when I am able to see the whole picture. Yeah. When you are at a restaurant with other people, you focus on, okay, I do focus on what they're saying. That's one of my biggest things is that I like zone out and I'm like, what's the person behind me saying? Like, I'll do that all the time. When you must make a decision, you listen to your gut instinct, listen to your inner voice, and converse with yourself about what you should do next. Imagine a different outcome that will result from the possible solution. I do that because I'm like, whoa. Your preferred learning style is visual. Your preferred learning orientation is holistic. Okay. Visual learners process best by use of sight. They retain information better when it's visually demonstrated, tend to benefit from figurative language and visual aids, such as pictures, videos, and diagrams. Makes sense. Okay, holistic. Learners think mostly in terms of wholes. They learn best when they can see a clear purpose to what they must learn and like to create their own structure and how to learn about it. Okay, alright, I guess so. Anyways, that was my IDRlab personality test. Do I agree with it? Kind of. Do I feel mildly called out? Absolutely. Let me know what yours said. Unless it was worse than mine. Then maybe you should keep it to yourself. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe below, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, y'all.